guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Briana and I'm a first year physician assistant or a PA student. So based on my last video, which was me taking 4 exams, I received many questions on how I study for those exams. How do I prepare throughout the week? What does my studying schedule typically look like? Do I have a life? And I'm here to answer all of those questions. Yes, I do have a life, so let me get that one out of the way. But many of you were curious and I thought I would answer all of those questions today. Before we get started, I do want to just put it out there and say that this is what I have found to be helpful for me. You do not have to do anything. You don't have to implement any of what I'm advising you guys to do. This is just what I do to prepare for my 4 exams. I want you to also keep in mind that my PA, or the program that I do attend, teaches in a modular or systemic way. So what that means is that for my patho, my ICM, and my pharmacology courses, we are learning about the endocrine system, or we're learning about the cardiovascular system. We are learning about one system at a time. I really like this. I really appreciate this because then I'm not trying to stress over learning about management for something that I don't even know about yet. That does not make too much sense to me, but learning in this kind of way does make a lot of sense to me. So if you're applying to PA programs or you're looking for programs to apply to, think about the way that you like to learn the material. Do you like to learn about all of the systems just at once, or do you like to learn kind of in that modular way like I've previously mentioned? That's just a little tip to keep in mind when you are applying. So no matter what the module or system is, I keep my same studying habits throughout, typically the same. If we are going over the thyroid disorders on Monday, then I like to prepare for those class days a day before, so I will prepare on Sunday. And if we're learning over the parathyroids on Wednesday, then I will prepare on Tuesday. No matter what it is, that's how I like to prepare for the material. If I do have the chance to get ahead, then I will get ahead, but usually I'm not gonna stress myself and try to cover all of a week's worth of material in one day to prepare. That gets me overwhelmed just thinking about it. So I will just prepare for class day a day before, and what I mean by that is I will go through the PowerPoint. I do not like PowerPoints. I don't like the format of them. I like to see everything in a linear type of way. So I will just put in bold fonts. If I'm this is an example, hyperthyroidism. Then I will put hyperthyroidism in bold font. Under that, I'll put a 1-line sentence of the main idea of what it is. Then I will do the patho, the etiology, any risk factors associated with it, signs and symptoms, diagnosis, and this includes best initial test and then the most accurate test. My professors really like to test us on that, and I've seen a lot of test bank questions also test you on that, so I will highlight and bold those points. And then treatment plans, and I like to look at what my pharmacology professor's teaching us, and add that as well to the treatment plan. That way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And the same thing for the patho. I like to see if they correlate, and if there's any discrepancies, I will bring it up to my professors and ask them, and they will straighten out that information for me. And then any complications and any screening if there are any. So for colon cancer, you're gonna do screening, and there's different guidelines for that, so I will also add that to that little set of notes. I like to do this on a Word document. I like to have the same font for everything. I like to just have everything neat and organized. So that's how I prepare a day before. I will also watch some videos either on Osmosis or YouTube. Ninja Nerd's pretty good. My classmates recently told me about Paul Bolin. He's pretty good. So I like to watch those to prepare for classes. And if there's any lectures that my professors have posted as well, I will just watch those videos. I like to watch everything in 2x speed because I do not have the time to be watching an hour-long lecture. That's too much for me. So that's how I prepare. And then at the end of the week, after going through all of that information, bolding, highlighting what my professors have said in class. So I didn't mention this, but let me mention it really quickly. I have class on Monday through Friday, and then Monday, Wednesdays, I will have class from 8 a.m. up until like 4 to 5 p.m. And I don't really have time to be studying material during that time. So in class, I will just highlight anything my professor kind of like winks at us and says, you should know this, or this is like clinically very important. I will write that down in my notes or type it out in my notes. And then on the weekends, I will kind of review those notes a little bit, watch some more videos. I love watching videos. That's what I find helpful for me. I guess I'm a visual type of person, or a visual learner. So I like to just watch videos, do flashcards. I recently started implementing Anki back into my life. Last semester I tried it. I thought it wasn't for me. It was overwhelming to see how many cards I had due or whatever. It was just a lot, so I kind of quit that. But I decided I'm going to give it another try because I feel like active recall learning is very important. So I am trying that again. Watched a lot of videos on Anki, formatted it how I like to see everything. Like I previously mentioned, I'm pretty picky, I guess, about how I like to have my notes. So I formatted Anki and added decks from Quizlet into Anki, and yeah, I keep on saying Anki, whatever. I started doing that again, and I feel like it really has been helpful. I feel like I struggled with, like, if I see the answer choice, I know which one it was, but I like struggle with trying to think of it like right away from the top of my head. So now that I've been doing that, it has been very helpful for me to think about it and recall it and say it. I also just say things out loud. That is also helpful for me. And yeah, that's how I prepare throughout the module. So I did the same thing every week for those 3 to 4 weeks of my class. I do not like to leave material to be learned like 2 days before the exams. So for some of the modules that are very packed with information, we will go all the way until Friday learning new material. I don't really like that because I get overwhelmed with having to like learn, I guess, that information on Friday and then test on Monday. Like that is just too much for me. So I will get ahead and finish watching all of my lectures the Monday before, so I can have a week's worth of studying everything from the beginning of the module up until the end. And I will divide this information into 6 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I will leave Sunday for just reviewing anything that I feel like I can review or doing practice questions. Usually by the end of the week, I'm pretty like tired and I'm just like, well, what else is there for me to learn? Like I feel like there's nothing else. So I will just have that day to kind of relax and not overwhelm myself with a lot of information. Today is Tuesday, so I have the thyroid disorders and lipid disorders set for today, and I will just review all of my notes once more for my patho, for my ICM, and for my pharm course. And anything that has to do with the thyroid disorders or lipid disorders, I will look at it. I will go into osmosis, watch videos. I like osmosis a lot because they have like their regular videos, and then if you have their subscription, they also have like clinical videos. So I like to watch both of them. They also have some flashcards and some questions that I like to do on there, and I will transport some of the flashcards into Anki, and the questions I will do. I also like to do Rosh questions and Smarty Pants questions, and I won't do questions until I feel like I am prepared to do them. So I won't just like learn the material and then like go to questions right away and just do questions. Like, no, that's not helpful for me. I need to understand the material, learn it, think I understand it, and then I will go to the questions to see if I actually really did comprehend the material. Usually I will do okay with them. Some of them I'm just like, oh, like I don't remember it, and I will go to the little explanations at the end of them and get new information that I'm like, oh, like, you know what, that is very helpful information. So that's how I like to do questions. I won't do them until I feel prepared enough to do them, and that's usually either on the weekends or like I feel like I previously mentioned, like I've said before, a week prior to the day that I'm studying. So that's for 3 of my 4 tests. I will do that for all of the modules the same way. Doesn't matter what it is. I will usually keep the same format throughout all of the module. For my patient encounter class, that's like more physical exam finding, like it is physical exam findings and different tests that you do. So I will just do Quizlets on that starting from the first day of the module. My classmates, I'm very lucky to have classmates who make Quizlets and share them with us. So I will just import those Quizlets into Anki and start from day 1 going through those Quizlets all the way until the exam, and that's how I prepare for that class. That one, I will not transfer the PowerPoint into a Word document. I will just usually leave it in the PowerPoint format on my iPad and add anything from the book into the PowerPoint. I won't read the book, but if I see that there's like important information on it while I'm in class, I will have like the book side by side, and I'll just like copy and paste it into the PowerPoint, and that's how I prepare for that exam. I feel like my schedule is pretty well balanced. I will probably go through the material at least minimum 3 to 5 times, more than 3 I think. So honestly, I think I go through each of the disorders at least 5 times from the first day I'm introduced to it all the way until now. And I don't want to get tongue-tied because I feel like we'll get tongue-tied, but I think that active recall and just not memorizing it but understanding the material is really helpful. Something I wanted to talk about that I didn't mention is this tool notebook. I love these kinds of notebooks. They're my favorite type of notebooks to have because you can import any type of paper into here as long as you have like that little punch hole thing. I bought it because I love these notebooks, and I will put all of my notes into here. I know it seems like I am wasting a lot of paper, and I probably am, but I'm gonna keep these notebooks for the rest of my life or career, and I will update the information as medicine evolves, which is so beautiful. Like, I love that medicine is continuously changing, and I think that's like so interesting, and that's why I love medicine. Okay, that sounds so basic, but true. I will keep everything in here, and I will just punch holes in my papers and keep them. That's for this system. I do have all of my past notes in this one. This was last semester's notes. There's some papers missing and I need to add them in here. But when I go into clinics and when I'm studying for my PANCE exam, I have everything organized and in one place. I won't lose anything. It won't get lost in the clouds, or however they say it. Even though I do have like a PDF and regular version of it, I like to have physical notes and write down things, highlight things, use colored pens, all of that stuff. To some people, it might sound like a waste of time. Thinking about it, it's like, why are you copying the same PowerPoint notes into a Word document? For me, this is helpful, and that's why I mentioned these are things that I like to do, things that I have found helpful for me. You don't have to do them, but that's the way that I like to view my information. I feel like it has been very efficient for me, and I will probably continue studying like this until the end of the year. And yeah, you guys, that is how I study for my 4 exams. I don't leave everything until last minute. You are not going to succeed if you are leaving to learn all of the information within like 2 days. That is not doable in medicine. In my opinion, that is not doable. Maybe you're super smart and I'm underestimating you, but at least for me, it is not doable. So I like to spread the information. I don't like to overwhelm myself. I like to do practice questions to see if I'm actually understanding the material. I will watch and rewatch videos on YouTube, constantly flooding my brain with the same information so that I'm understanding of it. And yeah, we also do cases in class, and that's also pretty helpful because then we get to see how we would how we would see a patient in real life, how they would present to us, because not every patient's going to present the same, and not all patients are going to present textbook. So we do cases and we go through them from the beginning to the end. Yeah, that's how I study, and I really hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It really does help me if you do thumbs up these videos and subscribe. I do have an Instagram where I usually will post my notes, stuff like that, like what I'm doing for the day. So if you would like to follow me, it is at medically.bri. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. If you were affected by the Texas storm, I hope you are now safe and warm. I know it's probably been a week since all of that has happened, but that's why I didn't get a chance to post a video, because I was home. I didn't have the materials that I needed to upload a video, and I was just enjoying my time with my family during that time. But I hope you all are safe now, and have an amazing week. Bye guys.